Alright, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, just a couple of days ago, PUBG released a statement acknowledging all of the recent issues and huge problems that the game is facing, and I sat on this for a couple days because I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about it, but ultimately I decided that if I didn't, it would be a disservice not only to PUBG Corp for putting out this nice statement, but also to you guys who need to stay in the loop with everything, and not everybody is probably aware of what got put out. So today, we're going to read through this pretty big statement that they put out regarding the recent issues and what they're doing about them, and so the solutions that are coming forward, we should have a good understanding on by the end of this video. So if you guys do enjoy today, please make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you are brand new, but let's check this out. Now, I'm pretty much going to just be reading through this letter, and we're going to briefly talk about the implications of each, I guess, paragraph or statement that they have, but starting off this letter here, they say, "Hello, players. We know the last few months have had some ongoing issues impacting gameplay and wanted to take a moment to address everything. We know the below issues have been extremely frustrating to deal with, and we're sorry they've persisted for so long. First of all, we want to give a brief statement on cheating. Combating cheaters is one of our highest priorities, and we're utilizing multiple internal teams and external resources to find new solutions for this problem. We'll be sharing more information regarding these efforts in our upcoming community letter and 2020 roadmap in early March." And while the statement on cheating is very brief and it didn't have a lot of substance as far as what they're doing about it, they do say we're going to be getting much more detail in the roadmap in March. And so that's interesting because not only do we know we're getting one of those, but hopefully this means PUBG is really able to turn a new leaf on what they're doing to combat cheaters and hackers. But anyways, back to the letter. Now let's talk about some of the issues and why they've remained such a problem and what we're doing about it. This is in regards to the poor FPS and stuttering and crashing issues. Now they say, "We've received lots of feedback regarding performance issues, including FPS drops, stuttering, and crashing. Despite these efforts, we found that performance issues and crashes have been increasing since the January update. Our development team is conducting ongoing multifaceted tests and analysis in attempts to identify and resolve the issues causing this performance loss and causing game crashes. The difficult part is that some of these issues are impacting specific hardware or happen in unique situations which are difficult to reproduce. To improve these performance issues, which have to track down the specific cause, which often means needing to reproduce the specific steps leading to the issue. We want to thank all of you who have sent in your replay files and system data to help us as we try to identify the cause." They'll leave a link to a PUBG support website where you can send in your replays and data files in order to help them fix these stuttering and crashing issues. They say, "This is a top priority for us right now, and we thank those of you who are affected for your patience." What this means in its most boiled down form is that there are tons of different variables when it comes to hardware and different connections and how people run the game that can cause these very strange and very rare occurrences to happen with stuttering and crashing. And so there's essentially too many anomalies right now to accurately take care of every single one and have a blanket fix just for this problem. And so while they're working on multiple different solutions for specific problems, there's not going to be just a one over fix that's going to, repair stuttering and crashing for everyone. There's different reasons why it happens to different people, and that's kind of the point. However, it is good to know that they are acknowledging it and also doing something about it. Now let's move on. This next one has to do with DDoSing, and if you're not sure what that is, it's basically distributed denial of service, where you can essentially overload the information going to a server, causing connection issues for everyone involved, just if anyone didn't know. Here's what they have to say in regards to DDoSing. "As many online games are forced to deal with this from time to time, our servers have been the target of intermittent DDoS attacks. When a game server is under attack by DDoS, all players who are in the server almost certainly face connection issues such as network delays, a significant ping increase, and severe packet loss. Unfortunately, our servers have been increasingly targeted for these attacks. Last November, the intensity of the attacks increased to a level we hadn't expected before, which increased again in February. Our dev team has been increasing our DDoS defense solutions, working with various server infrastructure providers and analyzing their effectiveness in order to protect our game servers and provide a more stable service. At the same time, we're working on our own defense system specifically designed to protect PUBG's game servers. While testing various DDoS defense solutions from external infrastructure providers, server locations were often located far away from standard locations, which resulted in increased ping and other network issues for some players. Additionally, many players have suffered constant packet loss issues due to the experimental DDoS defense solutions deployed by these providers. We know that we could have been much more open in communicating these reasons with you, but did not want to contaminate the tests and results by letting attackers know that we were doing this testing. Regardless, our sincere apologies to players who experienced ongoing connectivity issues during this time. The good news is, our recently developed internal solution has reduced the impact of DDoS attacks by nearly 85%. This is and will remain an ongoing issue, but our dev team will also continue to work on and implement additional measures to mitigate the impact of DDoS attacks when they occur. DDoS servers attacks are a serious crime, and we've been gathering information we can to take legal action against the perpetrators. Okay, so that was kind of an earful. What does all of that mean? Now, essentially, the DDoS problem was the root cause of why a lot of players experienced these very weird high ping and packet loss issues, myself included. I had to deal with this for around 2 months, where I just was on a severely hindered connection, and many other people in my region were experiencing the same thing. They had to move server locations and be very experimental with how they're implementing the fixes to combat these DDoS attacks, and the silver lining here is they've reduced the incidence of this by about 85%, which is very impressive, but they do fully admit that this will be an eternal issue. This is going to be ongoing, and it's never going to be completely 100% resolved. It's actually impossible, not only for PUBG, just for any game in general. DDoSing is not only annoying and something that only nerdy neckbeards do, but it's also a serious crime. Like, it's highly illegal, and so I'm hoping that they're able to not only improve the defense infrastructure to prevent these attacks and mitigate them as they go on, but I'm hoping they're able to catch a lot of the, perpetrators who were doing these attacks. This next one regards TDM. Now, they say, Team Deathmatch is PUBG's first arcade game mode, and we've been thrilled to see such a great response so far. Unfortunately, we found some issues with TDM matchmaking that caused players to have extended matchmaking times or sometimes not be matched at all. Additionally, another issue was identified that sometimes caused teams to have more than 8 players with less than 8 on the other team. I've actually seen this before, by the way. The team in charge of this mode analyzed the cause of these issues, and they were reported and worked to deploy a hotfix to the issue affecting team size, which is now resolved. The issue relating to matchmaking times currently remain, and while we've improved the situation with some back-end improvements, we're actively working on a permanent solution. And so this one's just kind of funny to me. Like, I can understand the matchmaking issues. That's not always super cut and dry. I just don't really know how you mess up getting the right amount of players on any given team. That just, I don't know, this seems kind of silly to me, to be honest. It's not unheard of. I've seen it in other games before too, and it is fixed now, so it's something we can sort of look back and laugh at. And there is another fix coming to TDM that they actually didn't mention in this letter, but I saw it over on Twitter. They're going to be changing the invincibility mechanic, where as soon as you start firing, even if you are invincible, that is going to wear off. So now you won't be able to be gunned down by people who just spawned if they start shooting. I'm going to go ahead and skip the last bit of this letter that talks about custom match solutions and the presets that were broken, because it's very minor. I'm not sure how many of you guys even really care about that, but I'm just going to read right into the closing. We understand that there are many other high priority issues impacting gameplay. One of our primary goals this year is to be more transparent with what we're working on, so we wanted to get this letter out to you and address some of the more notable issues we faced recently. Rest assured, we'll continue to work on the unresolved issues, and we'll do our best to be more open with details on these subjects moving forward. Thank you. Now, at the end of this letter, I imagine you guys notice something is sort of strange, right? They went into tons of detail when it comes to DDoSing and the stuttering and crashing issues, but they didn't really open up about cheating that much. This is arguably the most pressing issue the game is facing, and all of the details were pretty sparse. The reasons for these, they're going to be releasing much more and have a lot more to say on the matter in the roadmap in March, of course, but also the information, what little things they do give out about their anti-cheat system, cheaters can use to further enhance their cheating capabilities. I don't even want to call it skills, because it's not. They need to have some kind of serious solution that they're implementing, because I think at this point, everyone is just so incredibly frustrated, and we just want to play the game in a fair manner, as much as that's possible. I really respect PUBG for putting out this letter, because, it's very humbling to acknowledge all of these problems that you have with your game and the solutions that they're taking to address them. Now, it's not the fact that the developers don't care about the game. I see this all the time, either in my comment section or just on other people's videos. It's not that these people don't care about the game. This is literally their jobs. They probably care about it way more than you think. But these are very difficult problems to solve. And, they do say they could be more transparent, and they haven't done the best job of communicating that with us. And I agree with that. Like, they definitely could be more communicative in these things. But I do believe that they are doing their best to resolve these issues as fast as possible. I want you guys to let me know down below if you're still facing any major issues that weren't addressed in this letter. Leave them in the comment section, because that will not only be helpful to everyone else who may also be experiencing those, but also to PUBG, who can take these into account also. PUBG should be finally seeing some major fixes in the near future, and have already seen in some cases, and at least that's a start. So anyways, if you guys did end up enjoying today's video, please make sure to give it a like rating, subscribe if you are brand new, and also if you all want to go follow me over on Twitch, I stream almost every single day. I'd love to have you over there. Link is in the description. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next stream or the next video. Have a good one, and peace out.